Hi, so for today for arts and crafts, I thought it would be really nice because a lot of people are staying at home in their houses and they can't go out to the countryside, or a lot of people don't have gardens. We were going a little nature walk. So we're going to explore really close to my house. There's like a little woods, and we're going to do some arts and crafts based on what we find there. There's something really interesting there. So our nature walk is going to be accompanied by Izzy. This is Izzy the cat, and she's going to come on our nature walk with us. So you're going to help us, aren't you, Izzy? So this is Pips, and she is also going to come on our nature walk, although I think she's just going to have a little snooze for the minute. So right near my house there's like a little woods, so I'm going to show you something really interesting that's right there in the woods. So this little pond is right near my house, and there's loads of really interesting little creatures living in here. But one thing before we start, it's really important that if you're ever going anywhere near water, so when all the restrictions are lifted and you want to go on a nature walk and you're going to go anywhere near water, just always make sure you have an adult with you, because it's really important. Even if it's really shallow water, you always need to have an adult with you. So we're going to have a little explore of what is living in this pond. So there's loads of things growing in it, and really interesting. If you can see these guys here, I hope you can see them. These are little tadpoles. So a couple of weeks ago, a frog came along and she laid a load of frog spawn, and then the frog spawn hatched out and these little tadpoles hatched out. So there's thousands of them living in here. So you might be able to see them here. So these tadpoles are going to live in this pond with all the other little creatures. They're going to live there for like 6 to 9 weeks, and then they will turn into frogs themselves. So because this little pond near my house, I thought it was a really interesting place and really good to explore. I thought it'd be really nice because everybody's at home when they can't go visit a pond or a river, or they might not be able to go for a walk in the countryside, that we would make our own little aquatic wonderland. So we're going to make our own little place for all the fishes to live in. So we're going to make our own little pond basically, and we're going to fill it with loads of fish. I only have 2 in here, but you can put loads in there. You can put in some sparkly bits. You can put in like the little plants living in there. So we're going to show you how to do that. So first off, if you don't have a big bottle like this one, you could use a smaller bottle. If you don't even have a bottle this size, you could use a smaller one again, or you can use a jam jar. So you could use a jam jar and make loads of little different ponds and put loads of different little creatures in there. So what we're going to need today, we need a bottle, or a little bottle if you have one. We are going to need scissors. So if you're using a scissors, you need to get an adult to do all the cutting out for you. We're going to need a pencil. So just a normal pencil. If you have some like wool and or thread or anything like that, we'd use those to make like the little plants in the pond. If you do have sparkly bits, brilliant. If you don't, that's okay, you don't need to use them. We're going to need some cardboard. We're going to cut the fish out of that, and then just some tin foil. So we'll show you how to get started and start drawing out your fish. So basically, you're just going to draw like a fish shape. So really simple fish shape in your cardboard. So just a really simple little fish shape like that. It's not very perfect at all. But one thing you have to remember is your fish, they have to be able to fit in the top of your bottle. So don't draw them too big, or else they're not going to fit in the top. You'll have to squish them in there. So the next thing we need to do is you just need to cut out your fish shape. So that is your fish shape cut out. So you can have as many fish living in your fish pond as you want. I'm just going to cut out one. I'm just going to show you how to do one, but you can have tons of them in there. So the next thing we need to do is we need to cover the fish in tin foil. So your little fish then is going to be covered in tin foil, and all you do is just wrap the tin foil around it and kind of like fold it onto it, and just press it down so it sticks onto the cardboard. So the next thing you need to do, and you probably need to get an adult to help you do this one, you just need to make a little hole at the top of the fish so you can thread some thread through, so your fish is going to dangle on that thread. So Izzy, my friend Izzy, she's after hearing that there's some fish about, so she's after coming over to see what this fish are about. But unfortunately they're made of cardboard, so she's not going to be too happy. So the little fish, it's going to be covered in tin foil. You're going to make a little hole on the top of the fish, and then you're going to get an adult to help you thread it onto some wool or thread or whatever you have. And this little fish then, what we need to do is we need to just tie it around the top of the bottle. So what I've done is I've literally just tied it around the top. So the ones I have in there, I've just tied the wool around the top of the bottle. So once you have the wool tied around the top of the bottle, you're still able to put the lid back on. So once your fish are tied onto the top of the bottle, they can dangle around inside there. So you could put loads of fish in there, as many as you want. And yeah, you just thread them through and they're just going to dangle inside there.